Have you ever noticed that sometimes the very thing you are trying hardest to avoid ends up happening? When you fear something, you get more of it. Let me share with you my personal story that happened to me. I was trying to sell my car. The car was in a good condition and I wanted to keep it that way until I found a buyer. Naturally, I became very protective of it. But what started as caution slowly turned into fear. I had fear. Every day I found myself thinking about the same possibility. What if someone hits my car? What if it gets damaged before I sell it? What if an accident ruins everything? I wasn't thinking about getting a good price. I wasn't thinking about getting the right buyer. I wasn't imagining a successful sale. Instead, my attention was locked onto one thing, the disaster I hoped would never happen. The strange part is that I thought I was being responsible. To protect the car, I parked it in what seemed like the safest place possible, right in front of the entrance to my house. I remember looking at it and thinking, now it's safe, nothing can happen to my car. That's what I thought. Then one evening, the unexpected happened. A neighbor came home drunk. For reasons nobody could explain, he lost control of his vehicle and slammed directly into my car. Out of all the places on the street, out of all the possible obstacles, out of all the possible outcomes, he hit my car. The very scenario I had been replaying in my mind for weeks had become reality. When I saw the damage, I was shocked. But after the shock faded, another thought appeared. Isn't this the exact thing I was afraid of? Was fear creating the outcome? I'm not saying my thoughts physically caused my neighbor to drink and drive. I'm not claiming some magical force took over the universe. But the experience taught me something important. Fear has a way of becoming the center of our attention. Fear is energy, and whatever becomes the center of our attention begins to occupy our mental and emotional energy. Many spiritual teachers have taught that energy flows where attention goes. The more attention we give something, the stronger it becomes in our inner world. That's why fear can feel so powerful. We think we are protecting ourselves by worrying, but often we are simply rehearsing the very experience we don't want. We imagine it, we picture it, we talk about it, we expect it, we emotionally live through it hundreds of times before it ever happens. In a strange way, fear becomes a form of commitment. Looking back, I realized something. I wasn't enjoying the process of selling my car. I wasn't excited about the next chapter. I wasn't focused on the opportunity. My energy was focused on loss. And when your mind is focused on loss, it becomes difficult to see anything else. Fear narrows your vision. It turns possibilities into threats. It convinces you that constant worry equals preparation. But worrying about an accident doesn't prevent an accident. It only guarantees that you experience the accident mentally long before it arrives. Since that experience, I've tried to approach situations differently. Instead of constantly asking, what if something goes wrong? I try to ask, what if everything works out? Instead of focusing on what I want to avoid, I focus on what I want to create. Not because life is always predictable, not because bad things never happen, but because I would rather spend my energy building the future I want than rehearsing the future I fear. The damaged car taught me something I never forgot. Fear often disguises itself as protection. It whispers, keep thinking about this problem so you will be ready. But sometimes the more we focus on what we fear, the larger it grows in our minds. Whether you believe fear literally attracts circumstances or simply shapes the way we experience life, one thing is certain: fear is powerful. Attention is powerful. And where your attention goes, your energy follows. My car was eventually repaired. Life moved on. But the lesson remained. The next time I catch myself obsessing over what could go wrong, I remember that parked car. And I ask myself a simple question: am I focusing on what I want, or am I feeding what I fear? Alright guys, please comment down below if you have that kind of experience. If that has ever happened to your life, please comment down below. Share your experience with me. Thank you for watching.